Today is the day that Argentina plays their first match in Brazil, and they're one of the clear favorites because of that man right there, Lionel Messi. But not only that, but because of all the attacking power Argentina has. And hopefully they get to showcase it today, because I just want to see how good they're going to do at this World Cup, even though Lionel Messi hasn't done that much last World Cup, and Argentina wasn't the best last World Cup. But I still want to see if they can pull up a big win against Bosnia. My predictions are going to come up right when the gameplay starts. Alright, so here is the gameplay. It's going to be pretty much Argentina versus Bosnia. And I couldn't really pick out the biggest match today. I guess this is kind of the biggest match. I'm not really sure, because everyone likes to watch Argentina play, so I decided just to have Argentina in the background. But there's other matches like Switzerland and Ecuador. I think that's going to be a fairly even match. And then also France versus Honduras, which I think is going to be a one-sided match. But I just decided to put this match as the background, and we're going to talk about this game first. So Argentina, my God, is their forwards great. They have Lionel Messi, Sergio Aguero, Higuain, Di Maria, Lavezzi. It just goes on and on and on. And look at that. Already Lionel Messi has scored. People are looking at this guy this World Cup because last World Cup he didn't do anything. He didn't score at the last World Cup, and I think that was his first World Cup if I'm right. He didn't score at all. And people were very disappointed the way he played. So everyone is expecting him to come out of nowhere, but he did have a letdown of a season at Barcelona. He still did good at Barcelona, just not at his usual standards. But other than that, his supporting cast going forward is just freaking amazing. Aguero always does good for Manchester City, even though most of the season I say he was injured, but every time he would come on, he would score, he would do fantastic, and he would really impact the play for Manchester City. And I expect that to happen in this match against Bosnia, especially with Higuain up top. He's a former Real Madrid player. Didn't really like him as much at Real Madrid, but I think he really did good his first season at Napoli. Also, Lavezzi, a PSG player that is just so freaking quick and fast, and that can really make defenders, shake in terror when he comes by. He's a good player, and I expect him to do a lot tomorrow or today too. And also, you got one of the best players this season, Di Maria. I'd say Di Maria had a better season than Lionel Messi. I'm not trying to say he's the best player in the world, Di Maria. I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm saying he had a better season than him. He won the Champions League, he won the Copa del Rey, and he was pretty much our second. I wouldn't say second. Oh my God, because Ronaldo would be our number one best player, no doubtly. He's the one that carried us all the way to the Champions League final. He's the one that scored almost all of our goals. But you also got Modric in the middle that did fantastic. He had such a great season. But him alongside Di Maria, they're both close second. So my God, Di Maria was just so good. Like, who would have thought that putting him in the middle of the midfield would be that good? He would usually play right mid, and then once Bale came in, Bale took his spot, and they had to find a place for him, and they put him in the midfield, and he's just a machine. Did you see him at the Champions League final? He would cause the problems, and not Ronaldo, which is just crazy to think of. But I have a lot to how do you say it? I'm expecting a lot from him. I'm expecting like a really, really good performance from him every single game. Just the way he plays for Madrid. And I think with him in the midfield, with Mascherano, because Mascherano plays CDM for Argentina, they're going to really run the midfield, especially Di Maria. But then going forward, just Lionel Messi and Aguero, they're just fantastic. They're going to score a lot of goals. And their defense is pretty solid. I mean, not solid, but they have Garay, the player that plays for Benfica. They have Rojo, a player that plays for Sporting that's pretty decent. I'm not sure who else. I think Zabaleta. I'm not sure who plays the other center back spot. I know Rojo plays left back for Argentina, even though he plays center back for Sporting. But other than that, their defense is decent. And their goalkeeper is pretty decent too. So going forward in midfield are just amazing. Bosnia, they have one good player. Well, not one good player, but one standout player, and that's going to be definitely Dzeko, whatever his name, how you pronounce it. But he is always good. Oh my God, like I don't know, I don't understand why he's still playing at Manchester City. He at Manchester City he plays as a sub, but he should be a starter, and they don't give it to him just because there's so many strikers at Manchester City. He should leave and go to another club in the Premier League, and he will definitely start. That guy is dangerous. You give him the ball, he can header it, he can shoot it either foot, and he's just dangerous. So you gotta watch out for him tomorrow. He might score if Argentina's defense or midfield don't do as good as they're supposed to. But also they got Lilic that plays, I think, for Lazio. He's pretty decent. There's no one else that really comes to mind when you think of Bosnia. There's some players that I think play for in the Serie A, but other than that, they don't have the team that Argentina has. So I'm saying a 2-0 win for Argentina against Bosnia. Maybe a 2-1. I'm not sure. I'm thinking Dzeko would score, but like once again, it's just Argentina here. They're probably gonna have a lot of possession. So I want to see how they play because I just want to see if they're really the World Cup favorites that people expect them to be, because people are really putting them on top of the list of World Cup favorites with Germany. Not I don't think Spain anymore after that 5-1 loss to Netherlands. Maybe Netherlands are even more favorites than Spain. I don't know, but they're expecting Argentina or Germany to win it, or even Brazil. But Argentina, they're really putting them up high. They're expecting a lot from them, and I'm expecting a lot from Di Maria. Not as much as Messi. I'm really not a Messi fan, but if he does good this World Cup, then good for him. But I'm really out to see Di Maria. I really want to see how good he can do for his country. But in the next half, we're going to go ahead and talk about the other two games going on Sunday. Let's go. All right, and the first game that's going to go on Sunday is going to be Switzerland versus Ecuador. I feel like that match is going to be very, very even. I'm expecting, I don't know, a really even match and not that many goals, maybe. Ecuador has, I'd say, a couple of good players. Their striker, I think, I forgot his name, but he passed away recently. Well, not recently, like half a year ago, and that really sucks for your striker to pass away in a tragic. I think it was a car accident. That just sucks. But they have Valencia. That guy is a pacey guy he's really pacey for Manchester United, but he's not doing as great as he was like a couple of years ago. He had a really bad season last season. Like that season, he only scored 1 goal out of like 30 games, and you're right mid. Like you gotta do better than that. And this season he did step it up, but Manchester United were declining anyway, so you can't really blame him. But I think he will do good for Ecuador tomorrow. Other than that, Switzerland do have one player that I want to understand now. I think let me think here. What is his name? I think he plays for Bayern Munich. The guy that plays for Switzerland that is going to play tomorrow. I'm trying to look through my book right now, my World Cup book, and see. And it's Shaqiri. There you go, Shaqiri. He plays for what you can call it, for Bayern Munich, and he's a really good player. He can actually do real good damage against the defense. He's a really pacey guy. I expect a lot from him. Maybe he can finally show Bayern Munich that he should start, even though how can you start him with Robin and Ribéry playing on your wings? They got a really good attacking force. They don't have a great striker, Bayern Munich. I mean, Mandzukic is great, but compared to Robin and Ribéry, nah. But they also have a couple of good defenders. They have Ricardo Rodriguez. He had a standout season with Wolfsburg. A lot of people are expecting him to go to a bigger club than Wolfsburg, maybe become a starter for like a different team that needs a left back, maybe even Manchester United. Like, why not? This Schneider that plays for Juventus, he's a decent defender. I expect them to do pretty good. They have a decent defense. I mean, nothing too big. They got Scar. Scar is a very underrated player. He has a lot of potential, but he's just not there yet. He probably have a really big World Cup, and then he'll be sold to like a big team. And they also got, I guess that's it, Inler. He's decent. He plays for Napoli. But I expect it to be a very, very even match. A 1-1 draw, Switzerland and Ecuador. Nothing too big there. And then France and Honduras, there's nothing really to be said right there. France, I think, are definitely going to win. They have a bunch of players. Probably one of the best teams that have that have the best players. They got Pogba, they got Benzema, Remy. Ribery's not playing, which kind of sucks. That I wanted to see him play, but they got great center backs with I forgot his name, Koscielny, Varane. I mean, Lloris is great too. They have a really good team, and I'm kind of confused why people don't really put them as highly to win the World Cup as others. Maybe because of the last World Cup, they did not do good. They couldn't get out of the group stage, and that sucked for them. But they are a good team, and I expect them to beat Honduras. I say a 2-0 win for France, maybe a 3-0 if France do really, really good tomorrow. But I just don't expect Honduras to win. But I did say yesterday that that Uruguay were going to win 3-0, and guess what happened? They lost 2-1 to Costa Rica. I was just watching that match. I'm recording this right after that match too, so it was just crazy. I was just watching it. I'm like, wow. Is that how much Suarez means to the Uruguayan team? Like, do they really need him to start? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy that they lost. No, it was 3-1. It wasn't 2-1. It was 3-1. 3-1. Costa Rica won. And I watched the Colombia game. I said, what was it? 2-1 win for Costa Rica. I mean, not Costa Rica. Colombia. And they won 3-0, which you know what? I kind of got the results confused. If you think about it, I said 3-0 for Uruguay. Instead, Colombia won 3-0. And I said 2-1 for Colombia. And instead, I said 3-1 or 2-1. I think 3-1. And instead, Costa Rica won 3-1. So I don't know. My predictions aren't the best, but I'm trying, guys. I'm predicting the best, but I'm trying to predict my best. But I really expect those teams to win tomorrow. France to definitely win, Argentina to definitely win, and a very even match with Switzerland and Ecuador. I haven't watched the England or Italy game, that's why I haven't brought it up, but I still do expect Italy to win, even though they are missing Buffon. They probably already played, and you're like, oh no, England won. What are you talking about? But I haven't watched the game. Remember that I'm recording this right after the Uruguay game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed this commentary. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next World Cup video. Peace.